Oh, Matthew, we've got someone staying with us for a few days.
Who?
His name's Trevor. Vicar asked me to put him up and I couldn't really refuse.
Why not? Since when have you been doing favours for the vicar?
I haven't. But he was asking round the Bowls Club and no one wanted to take him in.
Why didn't they want to take him in?
I don't know.
I suppose this means the spare room again.
No, he's having the spare room. He didn't want to inconvenience you.
Oh, well, that's more like it. He sounds all right. What's he like?
He's about your age.
Good. It's about time we had some more young blood around here. I'll go up and say hello.
Matthew, before you go up...
There's something different about him, isn't there, Dad?
Well, yes.
I thought so, and you can't bring yourself to tell me why.
Because you're not going to like it, and I don't want to row. Not with him in the house. I just want to make him feel welcome.
You don't have to worry. Suppose he's some sort of delinquent?
No.
Well, whatever he is or whatever he's done, it won't shock me. I've been around.
Yes, I know that. I just wanted to prepare you.
Dad, I'm beginning to find this conversation quite distasteful. Don't insult me like this. You don't have to prepare me. I haven't exactly led a sheltered life. I can mix with anyone. Thank God I've always been tolerant.
Matthew.
Hello, Trevor. I'm Matthew.
Oh, hello, Matthew.
How's it going?
Fine.
Good. Want a fag?
No, I don't smoke.
Oh, that'll go down nicely with old misery guts. Let me give you a word of advice, Trevor. Don't let him grind you down.
No.
Know anyone round here?
Not really. I've only just arrived.
Then you've come to the right place. I know everyone worth knowing and all the places worth going to. I lead a full social life. I'll show you round.
Oh, thank you.
Do you like women?
Yes, I suppose I do.
I can fix you up.
What?
I know this place. Brimful of talent, called the Blood Tub.
Heard of it? No.
Oh, it's got this fantastic group, Trevor. Blow your mind. And drinking's no problem. It's got a full licence. Well, can get a bit heavy, the odd chair crashing down on someone, but we don't take much notice. Well, you don't after 8 pints, do you? 8 pints? That's what I had Saturday. What a night. But Sunday's better. Fantastic atmosphere on Sunday. I'll take you.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't make Sundays, Matthew.
Why not?
That's my special day.
He's a vicar.
No, actually, he's a curate, Matthew.
He's a holy Joe and he's staying here. Why didn't you warn me?
Oh, I didn't want to insult you, Matthew. I know you can get on with anyone. You've always been tolerant.
Not where he's concerned. You know I'm an atheist. Everyone knows I'm an atheist. What are my friends going to say when they find out I'm entertaining a vicar?
You're not entertaining him, I am.
Yes, but it'll reflect on me. I can't bring my friends home whilst he's here.
You see? He's brought a blessing on this house already.
I don't know what you're smiling about. You have to cut that out for a start.
What?
The whiskey, unless you want a sermon on the evils of drink.
I drink in moderation. I've got nothing to hide from Trevor. I'm a churchgoer.
You do that in moderation too, don't you? Once every 10 years.
I go when the mood takes me.
Well, it doesn't take you very often, does it? We won't see you on Sunday morning because you've got your head stuck in the news of the world. You see, it started already, the embarrassment.
Yes, well, a little of that embarrassment won't do you any harm. It'll do you good to be exposed to religion for a few days. The trouble is, you were raised in a godless house.
What?
It was your mother. She never took religion seriously. And once she'd broken the 7th commandment, she thought, why bother?
I never wanted a religious education. I don't believe in it.
I know. Yes, I knew there was something wrong at the christening. The church was bathed in sunshine, full of flowers. It was a haven of peace. Till the vicar picked you up and you started screaming. And at that moment, the sun that was streaming through the windows went behind a cloud. And the church became dark and cold. Yes, I knew that was a sign. Even before you bit his finger.
You're so full of superstitious fear. Well, I'm not frightened of God.
You're frightened of everything else, though, aren't you? Werewolves, vampires, even the zombie flesh-eaters. And you come into my room when there's a thunderstorm. You're just frightened of the wrong things, that's all. Well, if you're not worried about the wrath of God, worry about mine. We're going to sit down with Trevor for a meal, and I don't want any argument.
We're not going to eat with him.
Of course we're going going to eat with him?
Well, I'll have mine in the kitchen.
No, you won't. You're going to show a little Christian charity, even if you are a heathen.
I'm not a heathen. I'm an atheist.
You're just confused. Well, I'm not. I've always had a simple faith.
It'd have to be. You don't believe. You're just waiting to see what happens. Well, nothing's going to happen.
No, that's where you're wrong. Something's going to happen if you have your meal in the kitchen. Now, listen, Toad. We're going to sit down with Trevor in Christian fellowship, whether you like it or not. Right? Ah, Trevor. We've prepared a simple meal. I hope you'll join us.
What's the matter?
Perhaps you'd like to say grace, Trevor.
Grace?
Well, I wouldn't want to impose, Henry.
Well, if you're not bothered.
I mean, if it's not your normal practice.
Well, I wouldn't say it's our normal practice.
We usually dive straight in.
We give thanks silently, I suppose.
Do we?
Well, if you'd like me to.
Why not? It's the first time we've had a direct line.
Yes. For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful. Amen.
Amen.
And if you could spare a thought for Ethiopia.
Matthew.
Amen.
Amen.
Well, this all looks very good, Henry.
Yes, our cup certainly runneth over tonight.
No, have some more potatoes, Trevor.
Oh.
Is gluttony one of the 7 deadly sins?
Which church will you be attending, Trevor?
St. Mary's.
Oh, our church. Yes, our family's worshipped there for generations, hasn't it, Matthew?
Is that the one with the spire?
Of course it's the one with the spire. It's noted for it. It's very tall.
Is that why it has the lightning conductor?
Yes.
Doesn't God control lightning, Trevor?
Yes, I suppose he does.
Don't you trust him, then?
God doesn't necessarily give us special protection, Matthew.
Then he should. And if anyone steps out of line, he should punish them. Then we'd know where we stood. In fact, if someone's really wicked, I think a big finger should come out the sky and squash him.
What?
Well, supposing a big finger had come out the sky and squashed Hitler. It would have been a better world.
Well, that's a very interesting thought, Matthew.
Yeah, just imagine. The Third Reich will not invade Poland. Splat. We've saved all that suffering.
We have to save the world through love, not fear.
Yeah, right. Love thy neighbour.
Do you love your neighbour, Dad?
I try to.
Have you tried to love Mrs. Smith next door?
Yeah.
Rather you than me.
We're talking about a spiritual love, Matthew.
Right. Spiritual love.
Do you love Charlie spiritually?
Yes.
Then why don't you let him borrow your garden shears?
We're not talking about garden shears.
We're talking about a universal love. Each man for his brother, Matthew.
How many gays do you think there are in the Church of England, Trevor?
You'll have to forgive Matthew. His religious education has been sadly neglected. I've tried to get him to come to church, but the seed has fallen on stony ground.
You go to church then, Henry?
What?
He wouldn't miss it.
I look forward to seeing you then.
Yes. Unfortunately, Sunday morning's the only chance I've got of cleaning the car.
Oh, I'll clean it for you, Dad. I know how you love to go.
Good. I've got some pamphlets I'd like you to read, Matthew. I'll bring them down before I forget. Excuse me.
I wish your big finger had come out of the sky and squashed you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. put something in or take something out?
Put something in.
How much?
10p.
10p? Is that all?
It's all I could afford.
You realise that's for the church restoration fund?
Looks like the congregation needs restoring, not the church.
What do you mean?
Well, it looks like the over 60s.
Don't mock, Matthew. These are good people.
Too old to be anything else.
Now, that's enough. Behave yourself.
Why? I didn't want to come.
Isn't this having any effect? I mean, don't you feel anything?
No. What are you expecting? Some divine revelation?
I don't know what I expect. It's been a long time.
Yes. Not since the christening, I should think. Oops. Hello. Here comes the commercial.
I take for my text today the parable of the lost sheep. What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he lose one of them, doth not leave the 99 in the wilderness, and go after that which is lost until he find it? And when he hath found it, he layeth it on his shoulders, rejoicing. The sheep which is lost. How many of us have felt like lost sheep?
What are you doing with that?
I'm putting it away.
Why?
Because it's Lent, Matthew.
Oh. I thought you bought it.
I mean Lent. A period given over to abstinence and fasting. And I think we should observe it in this house.
You're getting very religious all of a sudden.
What do you mean, all of a sudden? As a matter of fact, now don't laugh. When I was younger, I thought of going into the church. Yes, why not? I enjoyed the Bible and the services, and I was in the choir.
Well, what happened?
Well, my voice broke, and then
What?
I fell from grace.
Oh, who with? Oh, you mean that? You don't have to worry about that. Everyone does it.
I mean, I found that I wasn't made of the right stuff. Not like Trevor.
I thought we'd get back to Friar Tuck. Oh, you're trying to impress him. I bet he's not giving anything up for Lent.
I'm not trying to impress him. Something happened last week.
What?
Well, I suppose you call it a sort of spiritual experience.
You mean you were mowing the lawn and God spoke to you out of a bush?
I'm surprised he doesn't speak to you. I'm surprised he doesn't strike you dead.
Sorry, Dad, go on.
It was during the sermon. The sun was streaming through the stained glass, and as Trevor spoke, I felt this blinding flash of light on my face.
That was the sun.
No, the sun hadn't moved, Matthew, but I was dazzled. And the subject of the sermon was the sinner who repenteth.
You're not a sinner, Dad.
We're all sinners, Matthew.
Well, if you want to give up drink because of that, I just hope you don't crack, that's all.
I want you to give up something too, Matthew.
Oh, do I have to?
Yes.
How long?
40 days.
I couldn't manage that.
Of course you could. Must be something you can give up.
What about chocolate caramels?
Chocolate caramels?
I like chocolate caramels.
So I was thinking of something a little more significant. Like dirty books.
Dirty books?
Yes, I've been hiding them all this week. The Perfume Garden, for example. Trevor picked it up. Thought he was going to read something on sweet peas and his book. I didn't know where to look.
Should have done him good, it's a classic.
Oh, yes. I suppose this is a classic too, is it? She felt his hot breath on her bare shoulder. His rough hands rasped against the silk of her stockings. She knew she was his. Their bodies writhed together.
It's a very good book. You just happened to open it at that page.
It's always open at that page. If he fell down a flight of stairs, it'd open at that page. That's the only page you read. That's why it's covered in bread and jam. What will Trevor think?
I can't help it if he reads them.
Of course you can. That's why you leave them lying around. To shock him and embarrass me. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to destroy these books.
No!
Yes?
Hitler?
I am not having you corrupted.
But they're not doing me any harm.
He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith. And this.
You can't destroy that one. It's the golden ass, translated from the Greek.
I have read this, Matthew. It is filth.
You still shouldn't do it.
Why not?
It's not mine.
Have you seen my book anywhere, Henry? I left it on...
Oh, dear. This is good. This is really funny.
What is?
Vicar arrested for curb crawling. What? When charged, he said he was asking his way to the mission. A likely story. It's all right, he's out. Another free meal, I suppose.
Yes, well, he doesn't get much money.
He doesn't need it. Take last Saturday. He had lunch with the young wives, 2 wedding receptions and a church social. Came back as full as a bull's bum.
Now, that's it. And when he comes back, I don't want any more of this ridicule.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, don't you? What about last Sunday when I asked you to record songs of praise? Trevor and I sat down to watch it over our cocoa, and what happened? In the middle of Lead Kindly Light, we were suddenly confronted by 2 women, mud wrestling.
That was an accident.
Yes, well, I don't want any more of those accidents. I don't know what else you've got up your sleeve, but watch it. No, I'm going next door to help Charlie cut his heads. I'll be back about 5. And if I find that you've been annoying or embarrassing Trevor in any way...
Steady, Dad. Remember, turn the other cheek, Matthew 5.
And he smoked them hip and thigh. Judges 15.
Hello, Matthew.
Hello?
Oh, this is Stephanie.
Stephanie?
My wife.
Oh. I didn't realise you were married, Trevor. I thought you were I thought you were a bachelor.
Well, we haven't been married very long.
I'm not surprised he hasn't mentioned me, Matthew. We've barely seen each other since the wedding.
We've been waiting for the vicarage to be refurbished.
And train fares are so expensive.
Right. You don't look like a vicar's wife.
Oh, dear. I said I should have worn a hat. I've been to visit Trevor's parishioners. Do you think they'll accept me?
Yeah, no, I would.
How have you been getting on with Trevor?
Fine.
I think he finds me a little serious, Steffi.
He does have his lighter side, Matthew.
Yes.
Actually, we were just on our way to the station and we thought... what about a cup of tea?
Did you?
Yes.
Of course you did. What else?
And to meet your father.
I'm afraid I've got a disappointment for you there. He's out. He won't be back till 5.
Oh dear, what a disappointment.
Still, it's nice to meet you, Matthew.
Well, I'm afraid I've got another disappointment for you there. I've got to go out as well.
Oh, really?
Yes, people to see, things to do, places to go. I'm afraid I'll have to leave you on your own. I hope you don't mind.
No.
Still, you'll be able to relax over a cup of tea. See ya. Oh, one thing, Stephanie. You're certainly going to liven up Evensong.
Oh, Steffi.
Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine.
Oh, stay me with flagons. Comfort me with apples. I am sick with love.
You must be Mr. Willows.
That's right.
He's told me all about you. I'm
Yes,
Stephanie.
I don't think we need to go into that now. These your shoes?
Yes,
Bag?
yes.
Right. Out.
Pardon?
Out! I knew something like this would happen. You will stop at nothing. Do you realise this is Lent? A period of abstinence and self-denial.
Yes. But I don't see what the...
Good heavens! the curate here?
Of course he's here.
Have you no respect for the club? Out before he comes down. You can put your shoes on later, it'll save embarrassment.
I'm coming! Oh, Henry, have you met my wife? I take as my text today John chapter 7, verse 24. Judge not according to appearances. By that, I mean coming to church does not give us the right to moralize or to condemn others unheard. Judge not that ye be not judged. So let us beware of spiritual pride. Why beholdest thou the mote in thy brother's eye, but considereth not the beam that is in thine own?
What's a mote?
Shut up.
I've never seen anybody with a mote in his eye. Or a beam.
Judge not that ye be not judged. Beware of that holier-than-thou attitude. Oh, I'm sure we all know people like that, but let us be certain that people like that are not people like us. We have no monopoly on goodness here, for he who loves his fellow man loves God. And he who loves God is loved by God. And one day we shall know this. Perhaps in the fullness of time or in a blinding light, even as Paul saw the light on the road to Damascus.